good morning to you. Welcome to the Camnet Breakfast. I'm your host. My name is Precious Mzea Sakaleji, and I'm not alone on stage set. Of course, I'm joined by my usual co-host, Sarah Chandamanga.
Yes, Sarah Mwanga. Sarah Chandamanga. Good morning, viewers.
How are you? I'm just shocked that you came in a sweatshirt, a bomber, a coat, a jersey, a long-sleeved shirt, a vest.
And also, serious.
Did you pass?
I did. You precious.
I'm just checking because maybe it's because I was active in the morning, so I got it.
This one, she's very active. You can tell.
Yeah. No, I'm excited actually. Today Zambia is playing Mozambique at Hero Stadium. So those that will make it might see me, might not see me. If you've got proper eyesight, you see me. But if not, you won't see me. So that's why I am in the Zambian jersey.
Too much noise, the cheering will come from her. So just when she starts making noise, just know it's her. The screaming.
You know, for the fact that soccer fans are a lot, so you can't really tell who's making the loudest noise.
But I think yours will go top.
So you're saying I make noise?
Yes.
You're saying I'm loud?
She's loud, but...
You host the show alone next week. You will know Jesus. Wait. Anyways, good morning to you. I know everybody is actually, half of the people that I know are excited about this week that has passed because teacher recruitment, we had it, and then now we got the health workers recruitment, which saw about more than 10,000 health workers being recruited. And also congratulations to my cousin, Twamble, who also made it to the list. The secret was to actually, the secret from what's on the ground, I don't know how true it is, how not true it is about looking at a place that you feel needs a health worker and hasn't been considered.
Definitely.
There are some places whereby, especially the villages, the remote areas, they have health facilities, but they don't have health workers. So the secret is actually to note that out and then apply in that province. Or
most of them were applying, maybe Lusaka.
But Lusaka vengi.
Yeah, vengi sana, and also on the Copper Belt, people applied in towns, I would say, not considering the rural areas, is it? Yeah. So the most important thing is just to apply. Also,
Komishi. And I remember they do, and I remember some time back before the names came out, I remember one of the chiefs mentioning to say, "Nothing amaisa kuno kumisha to know there's witchcraft just because you want to be transferred." So they know you, they know your behavior, and they'll catch you. But anyways, our topic of discussion for today is, did the health workers recruitment exercise meet your expectations? I know we're expectant before the names came out. We remember the date for the release of the names was postponed to the date that they were released on. So there were some talks about why the delay and stuff like that, but we managed to see one or two names on the list for those that were very expectant, and for those of us that applied and managed to make it to the health facilities that we applied for. Congratulations once again. So our topic of discussion is marrying that concern. So now quickly moving on before we get into much of your time, remember that you can get interactive with us via Facebook, and also you can call us on 0968 675 273 or 097.
I'll mention it after the first segment.
Karaba. But anyways, 0973167840. Anyways, we'll join you after the health corner, and we'll continue with the conversation on the other side. Good morning.
Good morning, viewers. Welcome to today's Health Corner. I'm your presenter for the day, Dr. Lila Mkoka, coming to you from Medical Women Association of Zambia. Today, we're going to be looking at carbon monoxide poisoning, which is a life-threatening condition caused by the inhalation of carbon monoxide. So what is carbon monoxide? Carbon monoxide poisoning is a life-threatening condition which is caused by the inhalation of carbon monoxide. So what is carbon monoxide? So carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless gas that is formed from the incomplete combustion of hydrocarbons. So what are some of the sources of carbon monoxide? These include charcoal, actual fires, the use of gas stoves, the use of generators, and also automobiles. So we're currently in the cold season, and it's during this period that there is an increase in the cases of carbon monoxide. This is due to the increase in the use of braziers inside the house in the evening. It is during this time when we close windows and then we sit around the fire to heat ourselves up, but most of the times we find ourselves forgetting to turn off the fire before going to bed, and you find people sleeping throughout the night with the charcoal burning in an enclosed room with poor ventilation, and hence the increase in the number of carbon monoxide poisoning cases during this winter period. So now what happens exactly when you inhale this carbon monoxide? So carbon monoxide, once in your body, it displaces oxygen from your bloodstream. We have a component in the blood known as hemoglobin, which carries oxygen around to other parts of the body. And so when you inhale carbon monoxide, it displaces the oxygen from the hemoglobin and binds reversibly to the hemoglobin and forms what is known as carboxyhemoglobin. So when this happens, there's inadequate supply of oxygen to your tissues of the body, and the most affected parts include the brain and the heart, which are very much dependent on oxygen, which is used to form energy that helps support the function of the brain and the heart. So the symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning vary depending on the level of inhalation. In moderate inhalation cases, you tend to experience dizziness, headaches, vomiting, nausea, confusion. But in severe inhalation cases, in severe cases of inhalation, some of the symptoms include neurological damage, such as altered mental status. You can also experience seizures or loss of consciousness, and also disturbances in the movement. It can also lead to blindness. Under the cardiovascular system, you can experience myocardial infarction, which is commonly known as heart attack. You can also experience hypertension. With the respiratory system, you can experience increased respiratory rate and also pulmonary edema, which is the accumulation of fluid in the lungs. So some of the people at risk of carbon monoxide poisoning include the elderly people, the pregnant women, infants and newborns, and also people having chronic diseases like heart disease, respiratory diseases, and also anemia. So as we mentioned yesterday, when carbon monoxide enters your body, it tends to replace the oxygen that is bound to your hemoglobin, and it causes inadequate oxygen levels in the blood and leads to what we call hypoxic injury. So now when there is hypoxic injury, it can lead to long-term effects such as brain damage and also heart attacks, which we mentioned. So this hypoxic injury can lead to brain damage, which causes cognitive impairment and also altered mental status. Okay, another long-term complication is arrhythmias, which could be due to the heart attack that is experienced in severe inhalation of carbon monoxide. So how do you diagnose carbon monoxide? So mostly the diagnosis of carbon monoxide is based on the suggestive history of exposure to carbon monoxide. Another thing is measuring the levels of carboxyhemoglobin in your blood. If you have a level of more than 2% and you're a non-smoker, that is considered carbon monoxide poisoning. And for smokers, it is more than 9%. So what is the treatment for carbon monoxide poisoning? The treatment for carbon monoxide poisoning is oxygenation. So you need the oxygen to replace the carbon monoxide. So once you're exposed to carbon monoxide, once you find someone who you suspect has been exposed to carbon monoxide, it is very important to put them outside so they can get aerated. And if it's very severe, you rush them to the hospital where they can be given oxygen. In mild cases, the oxygen can be given through the nose and also through face masks. But in severe cases, there might be need for use of the hyperbaric chamber, which is pretty much a chamber that you lie in and exposes you to 100% oxygen. So as you inhale this oxygen, it starts to replace the carbon monoxide that was attached to the hemoglobin, thereby increasing the oxygenation levels in your bloodstream, thereby replacing the carbon monoxide that was attached to the hemoglobin. So you keep getting this oxygen until all the symptoms that were experienced are relieved. This can take about 4 to 5 hours. And in cases where the inhalation was very, very severe, carbon monoxide poisoning can actually lead to death. So it is very important to avoid the usage of braziers in poorly ventilated rooms, and also the use of generators in enclosed rooms. Another thing is for mechanics who work in garages, also in our homes, avoid running the car in the garage with the doors closed, as it can lead to accumulation of carbon monoxide in that space. So it is very important to avoid using braziers, generators in poorly ventilated rooms, and also avoid running your car in an enclosed garage, as it can lead to the accumulation of carbon monoxide in those spaces. Another thing is to avoid the use of solvents and paint removers in enclosed spaces, as they contain methylene chloride, which can also lead to carbon monoxide poisoning. So as I say, this is a cold season, and there are a lot of cases of carbon monoxide poisoning during this season. So it is important to share the news with your friends and your family so as to avoid carbon monoxide poisoning, which can very well be deadly. So like I say, this is a cold season, and it is during this time that we have very high levels of carbon monoxide poisoning. So it is very important to share this information with your friends and family so that we can save a life, because severe carbon monoxide poisoning can actually lead to death. So I've been your presenter for the day, Dr. Lala Mkoka, coming to you from the Medical Women Association. If you have any questions, if you have any follow-ups that you need, don't hesitate to contact the organization for more information. Thank you.
And there you have it. Hopefully you've got something concerning the carbon poisoning. You know, sometimes certain things, precious, like my poison, you know, it affects the brain, the lungs, and also
literally
the
suffocate.
heart. Huh?
You literally suffocate.
Yeah, definitely. It affects.
And I remember we had this conversation when, I don't know why this cold season has lasted this long. I don't understand.
It has lasted so long.
I don't really understand.
It started in April though.
Yesterday was 13 degrees at night.
Yes.
But anyways, during this cold season, where I'm headed to is that during this cold season, we want to keep the house warm.
Yeah, always.
So you would think lighting up a brazier will actually warm the house, but you might actually be killing yourself.
Definitely.
That's the simplest way we can attach carbon poisoning. So
just try to
don't do the charcoal things, and also you hopefully have learned 1 or 2 things from the health corner. Right, but now let's see how the stock exchange rate looks like as of today.
We have the United States dollar, which is buying at 16 kwacha 0.21 ngwe, and it's selling at 16 kwacha 0.53 ngwe. The British pound is buying at 19 kwacha 0.57 ngwe and selling at 19 kwacha 0.96 ngwe. The euro is buying at 16 kwacha 0.45 ngwe and it's selling at 16 kwacha 0.78 ngwe. The South African rand is buying at 0.98 ngwe and selling at 1.00 ngwe. That's what we have on the money market of today. Precious.
There you have it. But anyways, let's quickly get into zooming into the headlines. There are quite a number of stories that made headlines during the course of the week. We saw the resignation of Mr. Harry Kalawa from the DP party, and also promising that he will form another party. we've seen quite a number of mixed emotions that have come, different opinions from the interrogation that went on at the Drug Enforcement Commission, where the former First Lady was called for questioning, and the properties being, what's the name?
Naturally seized.
No. Yayeshina. The property being in the hands of the Drug Enforcement Commission, and how that was received, the drama that went on at the Drug Enforcement Commission offices. Well, right about now, let's quickly get into the story of the resignation of Mr. Harry Kalaba, and him saying he might form a new party. He will actually form a new party anytime from now.
So do what you want. Who are you? Hey, keep quiet. You are not my class. Keep quiet. Keep quiet.
Wrangles have characterized the Democratic Party DP, which came third position in the 2021 general elections, as DP President Harry Kalaba was accused by office bearers of the party of misappropriating party funds and trying to incorporate members of the former ruling Patriotic Front PF shortly after the general elections. DP office bearers Judith Kabemba and Justin Konge announced the expulsion of Mr. Kalaba on 19th October 2021, which has led to months of wrangles between the two groups. Mr. Kalaba was then dragged to court by the Judith Kabemba-led group, who were accusing him of overstepping his bounds, stating that he was only engaged as president for the purposes of the 2021 general elections. After a long fight, Mr. Kalaba has announced his resignation Sunday, 24th July 2022, during a press briefing, stating that he will soon launch his own political party.
I have made a decision to resign my position as president of the Democratic Party, and indeed from the Democratic Party itself. A party that I have, over the past 5 years, helped to build, having lifted it from a dormant state to participating in the 2021 general elections and fielding candidates across all the 10 provinces. Subsequent to my resignation from the DP, we are now proceeding to lodge in an application for the formation of another political party. And I'll do it myself. I'm not going to use surrogates this time. I'll do it myself, so that they don't say, no, you are sent. I will do it myself. As you may be aware, this decision has been necessitated by the delay in the disposal of the ongoing case in the courts of law. While I'm optimistic about the future of our judiciary, I am concerned by the manner in which our case has been handled. And for this reason, I've decided to step out and start the task of preparing to participate in the 2026 general election.
He has also touched on many issues, among them the need for the current administration to form policies that will lift the poor out of poverty. Meanwhile, DP office bearer Judith Kabemba has reacted to the resignation of Mr. Kalaba.
You remember very well that when President Edgar Lungu wanted to fire Mr. Kalaba, he pulled the first one whilst in France on duty and told the nation that he had resigned. Which minister resigns on Facebook? So, typical of him, even now he wanted to pull a first one, but thank God, just thank God that now he has been exposed, because I think 2 days ago we told the nation that he was going to resign because he knew that everything remaining equal, ceteris paribus, there was no way he could have won the court case. It was clear. We expect him to surrender every single property, party property, in his possession, because failure to do that will open another Pandora box. So let Mr. Kalaba surrender, including mocks. We want them. They are a party property.
She adds that the party is bigger than an individual, stating that all those who hope to see the party fail will soon eat their own words. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Okay, there you have it. Like I say, I love political drama. Like, for me, it just makes a whole lot of things for me. I haven't heard from the NDC. I don't know what's currently happening right now, but I know Saboy Imboila had been trending for some time. And we're yet to see how the NDC will unfold after the resignation of Mr. Harry Kalaba as the party president. And also moving on to the story that I mentioned earlier that made headlines during the course of the week is when former First Lady, Mother of the Nation, Madam Esther Lungu was summoned by the Drug Enforcement Commission, and now that the Drug Enforcement Commission has held on to her property, we're yet to see how that story will go on and what judgment will be passed concerning the 15 flats that are in State Lodge. But this is the drama that went on.
What a day it was Tuesday morning, the 26th of July 2022, when the former First Lady Esther Lungu appeared before the Drug Enforcement Commission headquarters in Lusaka for questioning in relation to the 15 flats repossessed by the Commission recently in Lusaka State Lodge area, alleged of being property suspected of being proceeds of crime. With the tight security like a war zone leading to the Commission, United Party for National Development cadres attempted to block the vehicle that was carrying the former First Lady and her husband, former Republican President Edgar Lungu. What was more interesting is that the officers told the PF officials that they did not want to see the presence of Economic and Equity Party leader Chulfetali, as he was not invited.
You can invite people and stop them from entering.
Is Tali invited?
Is he invited?
Is he invited?
Where is the summons for Tali?
Is he invited?
You invited Tali.
No.
Did you invite Tali?
Is he invited?
Have you seen Tali here?
Tali is not invited.
Have you seen Tali?
So if
he's there,
then you
okay, can you please? This is not deck.
give instructions at the
Yes,
gate.
no, fine. Let's
Yeah,
go.
give instructions at the gate.
Let's do this. Mr. Mambadin, you sound more reasonable. Okay? What do you mean? He sounds more
So let's
point at me
allow
like that.
No.
Mateo, I'm not from Kabwe. I know from Kabwe. I'm not from
Don't be
Mumba.
personal.
I know you can't intimidate me. You understand?
Yes. Then we are going
I
to
know you.
Almost an hour of being interrogated here at the Drug Enforcement Commission headquarters, the former First Lady Esther Lungu has been released and left by the law enforcement agency. Her legal counsel Makebi Zulu told the media shortly after the interrogation that the matter has been settled.
We can't be doing all the investigations for them. We investigated for them to establish ownership. We should investigate for them again to establish how the building was done. We will not do that. And today we are glad that we have put this matter to bed. And we know that the matter has been settled. And we don't expect it to come. Should they come back, we know it is a witch hunt.
However, according to the Drug Enforcement Commission spokesperson Matthias Kamanga, says an ordinary statement was recorded from the First Lady and the property is seized and further investigations are continuing following her explanation. After all was done and they were back at their apartment in Twinpam area, the First family chose to maintain a vow of silence but gave the honor of addressing the media to acting President Given Lubinda.
The former First Lady was kept in suspense for 1 week, purely because somebody wanted to do some window dressing. That was a torturous 1 week for her, torturous 1 week for her friends, for her husband and her family. She was supposed to have appeared last week, hadn't it been because somebody wanted to pretend that he is governing this country in a manner that is satisfactory.
Meanwhile, Imbatot Kabushi Member of Parliament Boma Lusambo still maintains his ambition of being president.
My ambitions, I launched the ambition some time back, and it's not a secret. And I want to come and change the way Zambians perceive politicians. Okay? Politicians are good people. Okay? They work tirelessly. They leave their...
Miriam Kaimba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Well, there you have it.
It's quite interesting.
Yeah.
You know the dramas,
the finger pointing.
Anyway,
the agriculture and commercial show has commenced.
Definitely.
Are you going to get your pay suspended?
Okay, not this year.
I would love to like have. I love Camnet. Like it's
or just
being here.
painted. Camnet down.
Isn't that what we used to? Isn't that what used to get us excited?
Definitely.
Then you buy unnecessary toys that you don't really need.
I think we should go Precious.
Go and go visit certain stands.
You just ask the price.
It's the Nshima from there.
The Nshima,
the different African foods at the cuisines. You know what? I'll talk to my boss. I'll talk to my boss. I'll just say I'm going for marketing. Like I want to go and market my Camnet TV. Anyway, our guys, the press, the journalists are actually around. Will be or have been around Camnet, around the showground. So just make sure that you catch them. Even our marketing team, they have a certain package for you guys during this agriculture and commercial show. And hope when you go there, you keep your valuables very close to you. If possible, if you feel there are certain things that you might take a lot of time to replace, just leave them at home because you might not know. And also be careful of this stampede. Stampede has been one of the deadly things that happened during the agriculture and commercial show, and also for the fact that we haven't had the agriculture and commercial show for 2 years because of the outbreak of the COVID-19, but now the agriculture and commercial show has started. So I'm saying this because we have a certain package for you from the marketing team. So just call our marketing team and they will be able to assist you.
Definitely.
So yeah, now remember, we're still zooming into the headlines and we're just giving you stories that made headlines during the course of the week. One of them is the nullification of Boma Nusambo's Member of Parliament seat. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can just call us on 0978 1678
40 167840.
Yes, 097. It's an Airtel number.
0973 167840.
73, yes, definitely. So you can also drop your comments on Facebook. You can add up on the topic of Twitter. You can comment what you feel is on the recruitment of the health workers, which was done yesterday, right? Yes. So that's what we have for today.
Yes, of course. And we are waiting for we'll obviously hear the announcement of the by-elections in Kabushi constituency. So this is what happened, and this is what the Constitutional Court ruled. Where's the candidate?
It was all joy for the United Party for National Development after the Constitutional Court dismissed the appeal of former Lusaka Province Minister Bowman Lusambo, who was challenging the decision by the lower court to nullify his election as Kabushi constituency Member of Parliament.
We should not use illegal means to ascend to public offices. May I congratulate the people of Kabushi. They've got another chance to elect the candidate of their choice. Somebody who is going to develop the constituents. We don't want manipulators. I'm the candidate for Kabushi constituency and I'm contesting.
Just this nullification of this seat for Kabushi constituency has sent a signal across the country showing that politics of confusion, politics of madness, politics have to have a limit, because people that go to parliament must be policymakers, must be level-headed, not whereby people must usurp all the authority and all the power. They want to become like a god here on earth.
Mr. Lusambo, who polled 18,417 votes against his close rival, Bernard Kaningo of the UPND, who polled 12,593 votes, had appealed against the Ndola High Court's decision to nullify his election before the Constitutional Court, hoping that the Court will give him a second chance to have a bite of a cherry. However, his hopes did not go as planned, as the Constitutional Court Thursday morning declared his election as Kabushi Member of Parliament null and void. In a judgment read by Judge Palan Mulonda on behalf of others, found that the lower court was on firm ground when it found that there was violence on 3 occasions in Kawushi and the lawmaker then Boma Lusambo was present at the time. The court also found that the lower court was on firm ground when it established that Mr. Lusambo was with a group of youths called NATO forces who perpetrated violence prior to the 12th August 2021 general elections and had assaulted some UPND members. The Constitutional Court has also agreed with the lower court's finding that Mr. Lusambo gave 50 kwacha each to a group of 200 UPND defectors and promised them 500 kwacha each, cooking oil and mealie meal, if they voted for him and he won the election. Meanwhile, Mr. Lusambo, who left the court premise before the judge could even finish reading the 3 hours judgment, posted an article on his Facebook page that he had fully accepted the outcome. While nursing their loss, acting Opposition Patriotic Front President Giveluwinda said they accept the court ruling, and however, this gives them another chance to be on the ground.
Is that our eyes must be set on the ball. All of us now must focus our eyes on Kabushi. Let us go to Kabushi and ask the people of Kabushi whether indeed they are satisfied with what they have been given by the UPND over the last 11 months. This is time for the people of Kabushi to answer the question whether this is what they expected when the people of Zambia voted on the 12th of August 2021. We are resolved to continue to mobilize. We are resolved to continue to recruit. And we are resolved to go and put up a splendid show in Kabushi.
According to the Constitution, Mr. Lusambo still has the chance to contest in the upcoming by-election in Kabushi constituency. Miriam Kaimba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Well, there you have it, 0968-675-273 or 0973-167-840 is the number that you're catching us on, or get to our Facebook platform and comment from there. We've actually seen quite a number of comments concerning our topic of discussion, which is, did the teacher recruitment, health workers recruitment exercise meet your expectations? Did the health workers recruitment exercise meet your expectations? Or from the comments on Facebook, others are saying they don't understand what criteria was used, and majority of the complaints that I've actually noticed is some people saying that they were volunteering, but then for the longest time, others even helped out building school teachers' compounds and also providing necessities for the schools that they were volunteering at for more than 5, others even 10 years. But even after applying, they were not chosen. So I can't tell what criteria was used. Those that made it, those that didn't make it. But anyways, getting on, while we're still zooming into the headlines, another story that caught our attention is that of a 19-year-old boy, Robert, who mysteriously just got blind.
That was from the report that we have. The sister was said he suddenly got
they don't know, unknown illness actually made him blind. So they are calling out on well wishers because his movements are restricted and things that he can do are restricted. Here's the report.
This is Robert Zulu, a 19-year-old teenager of Garden Compound in Lusaka, who suffers from an unknown sickness that has left him blind and unable to walk for the past 9 years. He narrates to this reporter the challenges he faces just to move from one place to the other.
So inesininga kwanise so kuyendane kan kaidi ne nima kondoku bauza beve bavai kutiba vai nifuno enda toilet basi nikabauza basi beve bazanyamuka bazani tenga ine bazani peleka toilet basi bazani leta futi ne kunyumba.
Ruth Zulu, 26, Robert's elder sister, says Her brother was born with a head condition but mysteriously became blind and was unable to walk in 2013 after the death of their mother, and she has been taking care of him since then. She also says medical reports from different hospitals have proven that there is nothing wrong with her brother, and therefore they have stopped visiting health facilities since 2017.
Number 203 Piana bado chainzi chabena ya mutu chabi 2013 ndiye situation pena kulira kwa aliko yangana aliko yenda aliko shita vili vonse after the death of my mother ndepe inayamba problem hii. So chenenga pempeko mwana kumusunga nikwanisa kwa chenenga pempeko ntandiya po nkala kozi ndiye wenvutika na eve uyu singa sevenze singa msiye kasachita vili vonse pema muona pa unkache simple. So ni machanja chabe mtu mapeace work so chabe koma tandizo tonezoenda pa UTH paka 2017 ndiye pewana kama tiso na pezemo problem ili onse nizofuna mchitatiramba pancha kaya bana nabo akangiwa kai futi mulina mafiti no bono zati akaendo fitting hapo futu kabwerere naye my transport nilibe kuti nende naye saka kwanisoenda so tinkala chabe so chabe uyu mwana sasa vera ni so chabe ukamwika pamene hapo nkala mwamene alili hapa so ni so chabe kwembekeza chabe kuti no mpase vakudya manja hapa adi so chabe time yogona futu wa mnyamula futu waenda.
Meanwhile, Charity for Christians director Joshua Robert is appealing to Pentecostal churches in Zambia to reach out to the less privileged in society just as Christ did.
To get concerned about the welfare of less privileged people in society. From time to time, we watch them crying for help on TV and even see them in other places. But sometimes we just ignore and pretend as if we don't know what the scripture says about that.
Cherish Sibote for Camnet News in Lusaka.
Welcome back. We're hoping the aid might come through and well wishes will actually help him will help make his movements easy. Now, getting on to the Facebook comments that you have been sending to us, which is concerning the topic of discussion for today, which is did the health worker recruitment exercise meet your expectations? This one is coming from Dubekile Moyo and says, not at all, it was not as promised. And then Alexis Hans is saying, good morning, the selection was not balanced, especially in rural areas. And then this one, just Ezekiel Mbukwa just said, do we have a currency in Africa that is bigger than the dollar? Messi B. Nikki Anea says, I don't really understand what criteria they were using. Me and my friend volunteered for 2 years and some months at Levi Mwanawasa Hospital, and none of us was picked. But Minister Shua, she has really let us down. And then this one says, what about for general workers? You make people to apply, but nothing. I will be serious. And then this one is coming from Obintanga. It says, do you know anyone from where you applied to? And then Amon Piri is asking, is saying corruption in Zambia will never end and will never end. What criteria was used leaving people who completed 4 years ago and volunteers connections are still working Zambia? And then this one is there you have it. So those are the comments that come through via Facebook. If you feel that you have an opinion concerning our topic of discussion for today, or any story that caught your attention during the course of the week that made headlines, you can come to our Facebook platform. That's Camnet TV. Like the page, and then we'll be able to read your comments out loud right here live. Or you can catch us on 0968 675 273 or 0973
167840.
Okay, so we'll now take just a quick short break and then we'll come back on the other side.
Hello, I'm Deborah Lukalu, all the way from South Africa. You are watching Camnet channel, not just another channel. God bless you. Stay tuned.
Agriculture and Commercial Show is back, bigger and better under the theme Innovation Through Technology. And as Camnet TV, we are here to transform your business through our technology. Advertise with us on discounted rates during the month of July and during the Agriculture and Commercial Show. Special price package for live stunt interviews, on-screen product placement during the coverage of the show. For more details, call the following numbers. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Camnet Breakfast. Remember, you can get in touch with us on 0968 675 273 or 0973 6708 6738.
78. Oh yeah, correct. 40. She's getting it right. You're getting there.
No, because I say it in threes, so you think I'm saying it wrong.
Okay.
0973 167 840, and then you say it in twos.
Yeah, in twos.
0973
167840. I think that way it's a bit easier.
No, it's easier in threes. 073 167 840.
Anyway.
So niwe ka scratch card nga wakwe batinjira kwa numbers ero
wamba.
1 2 4
1 2 3 4.
Anyways, we're still on the Camnet Breakfast, and the topic of discussion is concerning the health workers recruitment exercise, which took place just yesterday. And our question is, did it meet your expectations? We've gotten quite a number of concerns and opinions concerning the same, but right about now, while we're still zooming into the headlines, let's get into the next story, where they found a 3-year-old child that was found dead in a bucket that is used to store water in the house, and they found a stew on top of the bucket.
This is a gathering of community members in Guerrero Ward 22 of Garden Compound in Lusaka, who have come together to air their grievance over the suspected murder of a 3-year-old girl in the area who was found drowned in a household water storage bin on Tuesday. In interviews with Camnet News, the neighbors have wondered how a 3-year-old could have climbed into the water storage bin, stating that it is high and huge, adding that the lid was also found closed.
Mwana ujani mwana mungono alibechimona muntu ngati wazonda mai wa mwana nichani kuzonda mwana mungono, so ali innocent. Utenge mwana uja umuike mudramu wavininkirapo waikapo na kastu nicho ipa china chitika sitina kondwele as neighbors. So ba polisi bazivevochita bachita investigate bwino kuri issue inachitika ndaba inachitikira pa nyumba pamene.
Others have called on parents to keep an eye on their children at all times to prevent such incidents.
In our community, we need to be very careful for our children. But my message to other women is that take good care of your children. Make sure that you're always with them, or even make sure there's someone to watch over them.
Meanwhile, grandmother of the girl, who only agreed to speak off camera, has narrated the ordeal.
So ndima tengera manzi ajatira mukamba. So ali moyo mtamkichana kamba maje mwameno mubini muone kamulichovala ina natasi wamena wamewezo washa tapiwa na Trisha balikale asiwangaponye Angaponyemo chovala. Mwamene atengera mazi ajaja mwana abwera naye. So amaigulu bakambati dekanichione chamene chovala chovala cha bwanji. Mwe vangenera muja mchana wafati mwana ezavala cha tezo javala chi jacket so cha brown. Amaigulu andi umu mudram moneka muri vovala. Chovala chakene chaoneka kutika machoneka nchikoti. So inopenda mbele mtima wacho kutipa. Ndi mwana ngenera munyumba. Mujanende chiteso chine chidosa mbele chiremerera kuchidosa so. Pesa manje ni mwana shuwa mwana.
Gwerere Ward 22 Councillor Mr. Adrian Banda has called for calm in the community, stating that the matter has been reported to the police, who say they are investigating.
Tenjiwe Banda, aged 3, drowned in a 110 liters plastic drum containing water. This occurred yesterday around 06 hours at the reporter's house in the kitchen. Brief facts surrounding the matter are that the reporter woke up the deceased around 05 hours to prepare her for school. While she went to sweep outside the house, she left the child inside the house. Together with her daughter, female Cynthia Banda, who is the mother to the deceased, they searched for the deceased and discovered her in the plastic container with water.
Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Well, that story was quite touching.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have had that technical fault, but yeah, it was. I'm trying to figure out what would have caused the child. Who would have?
How did the child get into the bucket?
Exactly, and if it was one of those where bucket, I don't think they will take time and cover themselves because there was a stool on top of the bucket. So
obviously somebody.
We'll see how investigations will go and what conclusion will be made towards that story. Well, right about now we'll have to conclude and say our goodbyes. Hope you find time to go and watch the match.
Yeah, Chipolo Polo.
Zambia.
You know, let's go there. We support our Zambian team.
Yeah, they're playing against Mozambique. So you can get more details on Off the Pitch with the Boys. That's coming through right after the breakfast show. Then afterwards, we will be joined by Katamanda. Then you will join me on the news desk later on at 12 hours. So for me, Precious Mzea, Sakalezi, Isaac, Chifita, Elias, I don't know his surname because he hides his surname, but I know he's a Mambo man, and Sarah Chandamanga from us and the entire TV crew. It's good morning and thank you for watching.
Good day.